Seafood lovers know it's smart to have some on hand in the freezer, but freezing fish isn't as simple as tossing it in a bag. There's a right way to do it. To get the details, we reached out to a few professionals for advice on how to store it the right way. Proper preparation is key before freezing fish. The internal organs are highly perishable and can encourage bacterial growth, so they need to be removed promptly. If a fish sits too long without being cleaned, blood can seep into the flesh, making it harder to eliminate later on. To clean a fish, start by rinsing off the outside to get rid of dirt or grime, then scale it. Make a cut along the belly, take out the gills and organs, and scrape out any leftover blood. Rinse it thoroughly once more, and you can either freeze it whole or break it down into fillets first. After gutting and rinsing the fish, make sure to dry it completely before freezing. The most effective method is blotting with paper towels. Excess moisture can interfere with vacuum sealing or wrapping, and it may cause ice crystals to form. These crystals can degrade the fish's texture, leaving it soggy or bland after thawing. Most frozen seafood you find at the grocery store has likely been flash frozen, a process that involves quickly freezing it at ultra-low temperatures. While this is typically done with industrial equipment, there are also reliable freezing methods you can use at home. Another key point: never let seafood sit in temperatures above 40 degrees Fahrenheit, as that falls into the food safety danger zone. To freeze it properly, lay the seafood out in a single layer on the bottom shelf of your freezer, where it stays coldest and gets the most consistent airflow. And don't forget, cooked seafood should be completely cooled before it's frozen. As Chavez explains, do not go directly from cooking to freezing. Once, at room temperature, pat the product dry to remove excess moisture. Use a heavy plastic or freezer-safe bag. Remove as much air as possible, and then freeze. Freeze! It's smart to portion out seafood before freezing so you don't have to defrost more than you need. If you're working with a whole fish, start by cleaning it, then slice it into steaks about 3 to 4 inches thick. Avoid packing several fillets into one bag, as this increases the risk of freezer burn. Opinions vary, but many recommend leaving the skin on when freezing fish to help retain moisture and prevent it from drying out. Plus, the skin can serve as a useful reminder of the fish type if labels are missing. That said, in cases like walleye or catfish, you might want to remove the skin, since it has a slimy coating that can add a strong, sometimes unpleasant flavor. Not all seafood freezes equally well. Some varieties hold up far better than others. Chef Ricky Brenlow of Zeke's Landing in Orange Beach, Alabama, explains that firmer fish like cobia or mahi-mahi hold up well in the freezer. In contrast, oily fish such as Spanish mackerel should ideally be enjoyed fresh. Freezing is a common method for keeping crustaceans fresh. Shrimp can go into the freezer raw or cooked, with or without their shells, though the preferred method is to freeze them raw, shell on, and with the heads removed. As for oysters and clams, they can be stored frozen either in shell or already shucked, but it's crucial to cook them after thawing. When seafood is frozen right after being harvested, it can match, or even beat, the quality of so-called fresh fish. That's because freezing right away halts spoilage almost immediately. For the best results, it's smart to buy from trusted fishmongers, since grocery store seafood might not be as freshly caught. Also, make sure your seafood is packed with ice for the trip home to keep it properly chilled.
I'm gonna keep it cool.
Packaging seafood correctly is essential to avoid freezer burn and oxidation, which can cause off flavors and dull, discolored flesh. As Brenlow points out, seafood should be sealed in an airtight bag, ensuring there are no residual air pockets or holes. This helps maintain quality and prevents freezer burn. Because store-bought seafood often comes in packaging that isn't fully airtight, it's a good idea to transfer it to something more suitable before freezing. There are a few different methods to choose from, each with its own advantages and drawbacks. As Brenlow explained, we recommend using vacuum-sealed bags for the best results. If those aren't available, you can use double-zippered bags, plastic containers, or wrap the seafood in freezer paper. Michael Chavez, who oversees kitchen development at the Angry Crab Shack, suggests the water displacement method as a way to remove air from packaging before freezing seafood, an especially useful trick if you don't have a vacuum sealer at home. According to his instructions, using a large pot with cool water, slowly drop a freezer bag of filled product into the pot of water. And as the bag drops, the water will force the air out, and then just finish the seal. According to USDA guidelines, raw fish can be frozen for up to 8 months, cooked fish for around 3 months, and shellfish for as long as a year. Keeping track of these timeframes makes it essential to label and date everything before it goes into the freezer. Just writing down what's inside and the date it was frozen can save you from guessing games later and help cut down on waste. In more serious cases, it could even protect you from potential foodborne illness. While regular paper labels might do the job short-term, it's worth considering freezer-safe labels that won't peel off or smudge over time. Keeping your freezer set to the right temperature is key to preserving seafood quality. The USDA recommends maintaining your home freezer at 0 degrees Fahrenheit to keep seafood fresh and safe to eat. Temperatures can vary throughout the fridge and freezer compartments. For example, it's best to avoid storing eggs in the fridge door since that spot warms up whenever the door opens. The same goes for seafood. It shouldn't be kept in the freezer door where temperatures fluctuate. Instead, place it on the lowest shelf near the back, where the coldest, most consistent environment is found.